After the Bears made a trade last night that landed them offensive guard and center Ryan Bates from the Buffalo Bills for a 5th-round pick in 2024, we knew that Ryan Poles was going to be aggressive this offseason, but wasn't aggressive enough to get a deal done with Chicago Bears star defensive back Jaylon Johnson, who will now officially be receiving the franchise tag. At the NFL Combine last week, Poles said to the media that conversations were going very well between him and Johnson's party and was hoping to get a long-term deal done. And now it looks like those talks need to get a little bit of extra time, as Chicago will be placing the franchise tag on Jaylon Johnson today, March 5th, 2024, which will get him still a very nice payday. Poles wanted to avoid this at all costs. He said that he wanted to give Johnson the extension in the deal that he felt he deserved, and overall wanted to keep him a Chicago Bear for a while. So Johnson and the Chicago Bears will be connected next season, but could that possibly mean a holdout? Let's hope not. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Brody, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Today, I am going through my thoughts on Jaylon Johnson receiving the franchise tag from the Chicago Bears, along with what he has brought to the table for the Chicago Bears over the last 4 seasons and what it means next for Chicago. The 24-year-old is a very, very valuable asset to this team, not only from his playing skill, but as a locker room guy and community, and I hope they can find a way to get a deal done. And before I begin today's show, if you're happy that Jaylon Johnson is for sure with the Chicago Bears this upcoming season thanks to the franchise tag, and you want the Chicago Bears to give him that long-term extension, make sure to hit the like button on this video. It helps it tremendously. Put your thoughts in the comment section below, what you think about the situation and what you would offer Jaylon Johnson contract-wise. And as always, please hit that subscribe button to help us get to 14,000 before March 13th, 2024. We're less than 200 away. I need all your guys' help. So my initial thoughts is that, I'm disappointed. I'll be honest with you on that. I think Johnson does deserve a contract extension, whatever number that may be. He thinks he's worth $20 million a year, and he's almost getting that with the franchise tag, getting about $19.78 million next season just off the tag. So he'll technically be happy, but it just means more when you sign a guy to an extension. And that's what I was hoping for here. Give that security, let players know that Poles is working with you and being aggressive. That makes it known to other players around the league, like, hey, Chicago's front office is doing a pretty good job. They want their players around for a while. They're building something for the longevity. I want to be a part of that. And a lot of teams put franchise tags out there today, like Josh Allen of the Jaguars was tagged, and a couple other big names as well. Brian Burns won't be coming to Chicago. He was tagged as well. But just with Johnson, he's been one of our best guys. He's been here through the worst of it. He's become a leader of this team. He's become a fan favorite. He's just an overall great guy to have in the locker room, not just for his playing ability, but just who he is as a human being. And I was hoping we'd lock him up as he deserves that. But I think there are a few reasons why this didn't happen. Poles did say that he's going to offer him what he thinks he deserves, which is obviously going to be respectful. He played Montez Sweat a ton of money. But $20 million is a lot to ask for a guy that's never completed a full season in the NFL. Fun fact, Jaylon Johnson has never played all 16 or 17 games in the NFL, which every game that he misses, making $20 million on a 17-game schedule, that costs the Bears $1.18 million. And he's at least missed 2 games every season in his career. For sure 6, or the longest was 6, but for sure 2 a season. And right there, that's $2.4 million. That's a depth player right there. So overall, I can see Poles' concern right there. Maybe that's why they're off a little bit on numbers. Maybe there's some contract initiatives that Johnson wasn't getting that Poles wanted to give in case he did get hurt or anything like that. But also, this might be a weird way to look at it, is that the Bears have a ton of depth in the secondary right now. You have Gordon, you have Brisker, you have Stevenson. They're all playing really well right now. You have Depp and Smith. I'm not saying that those are the guys that are the answer for Johnson. Johnson's in his own level. He is at the elite status, in my opinion. But Poles could be looking at this like, I can have $20 million to sign a bunch more people, maybe, sign more rookies if I get a ton of assets in the draft. Overall, that might just be how he's looking at it. He probably wanted to see how the other tags would go too. But that's just where I'm standing on it. I still think he should have extended him. I do think he's worth $20 million, but that's just me playing devil's advocate. So, I can see there may have been some disagreements potentially, but overall, it sounds like it's still positive conversations from what we're hearing from the media. So hopefully a deal does get done soon. Now let's hit on what Johnson has brought to the team over the last few years. The 24-year-old, almost 25, is 6 foot, 196 pounds, and has been in the league for the last 4 seasons. He's a one-time Pro Bowler and one-time All-Pro. Both happened this past year in 2023. And I think he could have gotten Pro Bowl and All-Pro his rookie year, to be honest, too. But as we know, Bears players don't win the popularity contest a lot of the time, as unfortunate it is. But his career stats definitely back up to being one of the best of the best. 161 total tackles, 130 being solo, 41 pass deflections, averaging over 10 pass deflections per season, 5 interceptions, 4 coming this year, 3 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, and 1 touchdown that he returned against the Raiders. And this year alone, 36 total tackles, 31 solo, 15 games, 10 pass deflections, 4 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, and again, that 1 touchdown. And oh yeah, by the way, quarterbacks QBR, when they target their receivers towards Jaylon Johnson, is a 41.2. Nothing is getting by him. Johnson brings that great vision to this team, obviously making him an absolute ball hawk on top of his speed, going after pretty much anything and being great at deflecting passes, and low-key his strength. Like, no one's able to get by him. He holds his own. He's respectful. He doesn't get a lot of penalties either. Just an overall really good player. And, his asking price is $20 million. He ended up getting the 19.78 on the franchise tag. I want to get a long-term deal done, and I hope the Chicago Bears do, but we'll see what happens. I trust Ryan Poles. He's already making moves, and we are going to keep Jaylon Johnson. I hope we avoid a holdout, but we'll see what happens. But with that, thank you as always for tuning in this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Brody, and as always, bear down, baby.